Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I have you a review on this palette. You might say that I already reviewed this palette, and yes and no. I did review it, but it was first impressions review, and I just want to give you kind of like an updated review because I played with it longer, and because of the comments that I got on that video, I kind of wanted to touch up some other points. I know people wanted for me to make a second look with cool tone eyeshadows, and as well people were asking me for comparisons. So I want to do a review for people that are interested in this palette, but they might be more careful of where they spend their money in, or they might love makeup but they're not hoarders or collectors, so if they already have something similar they're not gonna buy it. So that review is mainly for that, because I mean, if you are like me and you're just like a collector and hoarder, of course you're gonna buy this palette. I bought it and I like it. It's a great addition to my collection. I mean, come on, this packaging is beautiful. It has the swans. Also, people were mentioning that the packaging was a tad simple, and I kind of agree with you, but for that reason I kind of like it, because even though it's cute, it's not overly cutesy. I think it's still kind of like simple and nice. I mean, with the swans, I love that it's compact. I mean, it's still kind of tall, but it fits in my makeup drawer like that, or just standing also on my vanity, and it doesn't take up too much space even if it's tall. Like, I just like that it's thin. Anyway, I already went through those things. As for my updated thoughts, this is a very warm tone palette, and I think this is more Too Faced. I find that hasn't done like too much warm eyeshadow palettes out there, kind of like the trend, like the orange, the reds, and the plums kind of eyeshadow palettes. And I feel like this Too Faced palette kind of like resembles a little bit into that trend, and in a wearable way. I feel like a lot of palettes, for example the Sunset palette from Natasha Denona, or there's so many other, or the Blood Sugar palette. Those are palettes that I don't wear on an everyday basis. It's just whenever I go to an event or the weekend. Well, this one, you can still get away from a more natural look or an everyday look. So if you're those people that you maybe wanted to try that kind of warm tone trend, but you're a little bit iffy, I think this is a good palette. I mean, it has that kind of like, it's a red pinkish tone, if that makes any sense. But I feel like that's in a subtle way. I mean, it's still gonna pop, but in a subtle way. I hope I'm coming across, you're understanding me. For people who don't like warm tones, or they want more of a cool tone eyeshadow, I don't think this one is for you. I tried to create, I know I had a request for a cool tone eyeshadow, so I tried to do my best creating a cool tone, but at the same time it's not your most cool tone eyeshadow look that you can make out there. If you want a cool tone eyeshadow look, you're gonna have to gravitate for these bottom shades, but at the same time I feel they're of like a cool and neutral tone, so they can pull warm tone easily if you wanted to. Like, you can mix these shades with the warm tones that you have up there, because they're kind of in the neutral way. So if you want a cool tone, it's gonna be on this area, but I don't think they're too cool tone either. Just want to mention the glitters. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 glitter shades in here. So if you don't like glitters, don't get this one. There's gonna be fallout, so make sure you do your face after, or you just like clean your under eye, but that's normal. I do think they're great, and they work great as a pop of color, like a pop of like a top coat for your eyes. Besides that, the eyeshadows perform really well. I don't have anything wrong with it, except just saying that it has a lot of kick up, but a lot of palettes out there have kick ups nowadays. I do want to mention that the mattes, I find that you have to go a little bit with less amount and then blend it and then build it up from there, because if you go with a lot of product right out of the batch into your crease, it takes a little bit longer to blend. I found that there was a patch with a lot of pigmentation, and it took me a little bit longer to blend. It still blend at the end of the day, well, not at the end of the day, but eventually it blend out. But I found better that the mattes work if you go with a lighter hand and then build it up. I guess that's it. I love this bronzer. I know it looks too warm here, but once blended it looks great. Again, just for skin tones, I think, of course the eyeshadows work for anyone, but for the face I think, so these two are kind of like the ones that are weird, because this one is going to be too warm if you're light skin tone, and if you are my skin tone or darker, this one just shows up kind of gold, so it might work better as a blush topper or a highlighter for darker skin tones. Besides than that, this is a big win for me. Could be one of my favorite holiday palettes from Too Faced for sure. And if you are here because of the comparisons, let's just move on to that. So I'm gonna start with the green, and it's like a foil. These are like a little bit chunkier than your usual metallics from Too Faced. So this is the green that comes in the new palette. I'm gonna now this green from the Too Faced, well, all of them are Too Faced, but the Chocolate Buns palette. So they're kind of similar. Like, this is greener, while this one I feel is like a darker green brown color. Now moving to this one for the Semi-Sweet palette. So you can see these are like their shimmery shadows, but these are not as pigmented as this one. This one is still more pigmented because it's like that kind of like chunky metallic color, so it's easier to pack on. And this one, of course, you can pack it on, but it feels like it's gonna be like too much times to build it up the color. And now this one from the Chocolate Bar Holiday Shop. So that one, it's more pigmented for sure out of the batch. I'm gonna go again with this year's holiday, which is here, and I'm gonna go back to it, that way you can just see it a little bit. So this one also has some silver specks. So these are like the swatches. I'm gonna go up close. Buns palette, this year's palette. That one is Semi-Sweet palette, and the Chocolate Shop Christmassy New York palette. So here are your swatches. So as you can see, no dupes. All of them are different in texture and color. So next category will be this purple, and I'm going to swatch it for you. I'm gonna swatch Christmas FOMO in the middle, which is that one. It's such a beautiful, like a lavender neon. It's just so pretty. I'm gonna go a little bit extra. If you want a more pigmented, like, I think that's pigmented, that's the nature of like an iridescent lavender color, but I feel like if you want more of a pop of color, like just full-on pigmentation, apply either a black or a white base underneath. Now I'm gonna go with this purple from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which is completely different, but I'm still gonna swatch it for you, and I'm just gonna swatch it on the side. So now I'm gonna go with this purple from the, what palette is this? Clover palette. And it's there, as you can see, completely different. I'm just gonna go on the side. It's more, I guess, or more of a pink or magenta color, so not dupe at all. And now I'm gonna go with this one, which is called Jingleberry from the Chocolate Shop Christmas in New York set, which is kind of like, again, that magenta that we swatched from the Clover palette. So I'm gonna build it up a little bit just for you. So that's it for the purples in my Too Faced collection. This is from the Christmas in New York set. This is the This Year's Dream Queen Clover palette and the Chocolate Bar palette. Another possible similarity would be the silver one, but I don't think they're similar, like, because of the texture. So another palette that has a silver is this one. I'm just gonna swatch it for you, but they're not dupes. I didn't see any dupe on my Too Faced collection. This one is from the Chocolate Gold Bar palette, and it's called, give me a second, Rich Girl, and then Dripping diamonds, it's this one. So another silver was from this collection, which that one is like a bluish silver, and this one, sugar raisin, I'm gonna swatch it for you, but it's not similar. I'm gonna swatch it on top. So this one is from the chocolate gold bar, no, from the Christmas in New York palette, while this one is this year's. They're kind of similar in the camera, they look a little bit similar, but this one is way more cool tone. Well, this one actually, for being a silver, it actually comes out a little bit warm. Now I'm gonna move to the pinks, so I'm gonna do Kiss Miss and Pink Furries, why not? Or Flurries, Pink Flurries and Pink Miss. Kiss Miss, jeez. Now I wanna go to these ones from the Sweet Peach palette, and it's just peachy and candied peach. And I'm gonna go just on the side. Oh, that one is similar actually. I see a similarity. Alright, that could be a similarity. I find Pink Flurries to be pink, more pink, while the one from the Too Faced palette, which is just peachy, being more peach. But it has that kind of like gold iridescent color. Similar. It's probably the closest dupe that I've seen so far in my collection, but it's not a complete dupe. From a newer collection, the Gingerbread palette, I'm just gonna swatch Lookie and my Cookie, and I'm gonna swatch just next to Kiss Miss because they're kind of light pink colors. Alright, the one from the Gingerbread palette is lighter and peachier than pink. And last possible dupe is from the Clover palette, and is Love is Love, which is this pink color. And I'm running out of space, so I'm just gonna do it on top. And it's way more pigmented. So no dupes here. Similar shades, but not necessarily dupes. So I hope you can see it. This is gonna be hard because they're just kind of blending with my skin tone. It's hard to show you, but these two are from the Dream Queen palette, Gingerbread palette, Sweet Peach palette, which is the same as these two, and Clover palette. Small category will be Holy Grail, which is this dual chrome green brown glitter, and this one is a glitter, so I already know like the texture is not gonna be the same, but I wanted to compare it with Best Friends from the Clover palette, this one. So as you can see already the difference. So this is the Clover palette, and this is the glitter from the Dream Queen palette. So this one is more of a topper, while this one is gonna be an eyeshadow. So my camera died, and while I was waiting for it to charge a little bit, I went ahead and just swatched all the other comparisons I wanted to do. So I was with the purple. So Christmas Cheer, which is this color. Yep, I'm not showing you that one. So Christmas Cheer is this color. That one is from the Sweet Peach palette. Sorry, this one right away. That one, Peach Pit, whatever. Peach Pit. Yeah, I think that's the way. That one. Then I also swatched the Clover one, which is called Roro. Super cute name, but it's that purple one. And that one is here. So that one actually, these are probably the closest dupes so far. And I also wanted to go ahead and there were some similar shades on the pan here, and it was this one, which is called Spice Rum, and oh, burn, this color. This one is more purple, which is one oh, Run from Gingerbread palette. It's Spice Rum, and it's definitely way like brown. Just on the pan look a little bit similar, but it's definitely not a dupe. Now another one category was the red, which is called Cozy Up, and the only one that I saw that it could be possibly similar is from the new Gingerbread palette, Hot Toddy, which is this one. These are the swatches. So this one is from the Dream Queen, and this one is Hot Toddy from the Gingerbread. No dupes. They might seem dupes there, but wait for it. Wait. It has a shift. Can you tell? This color is beautiful. This is like duochrome with gold. So like a pink and gold duotone. While this one is just like a red. So I think that's it for the comparisons and swatches. I already prepped my face with foundation. I've also done my eyebrows, and I put some concealer on my eyelids to prep for the makeup look. So I just did that off camera. Now for the makeup look, I'm gonna go with Santa's Bake Shop with this mauve color on a blender brush, removing the excess. If you didn't watch my other video, it has a lot of kickback, this palette. And it doesn't have a mirror, so I'm gonna be using a different palette for that. And I'm just gonna go in my crease and start building up that color. So right now I'm gonna go carefully on my crease. And I just went back into the palette for more color, and I'm gonna build the color. So that's the intensity that I like, so I'm gonna match the other eye. I'm actually also gonna take that Santa's Bake Shop that we put in the crease, and I'm gonna go all over my lid and pack it on, because it's gonna be a little bit monotone on my upper lid. That color is just so beautiful. So now that I have that monotone, I'm actually gonna go with Winterberry. Even though it's a blush, you can still use it however you want. So I'm gonna go again with that same blender brush, and I'm just gonna blend that color from my crease up to my brow bone. I'm gonna go now with Let's Roll with a thinner blender brush, very lightly. I don't want that much to show up red, so this is just more to add a little bit of definition in my crease. So just go very lightly, because even though I'm going to that monotone, but at the same time I want a little bit of dimension. Perfect. That helped. I hope you can see a little bit, just the tiniest difference, I feel. Well, no, the tiniest amount made a big difference, I feel. I'm ready to move to the glitter parts, so I'm gonna use the glitter glue from Too Faced. This is a really good primer for glitters. I'm gonna use keep your hands to your elf, and I'm gonna go with my finger. I think that's the best way to apply it. Even than a flat brush, and I'm just gonna go over my lid, and there goes my palette. Alright, and I'm gonna go close, even closer, so you can see the color. Perfect. So pretty. I'm just making sure it stays there. Such a pretty look. Simple but pretty. I did get a little bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see there, but that's normal, and it's honestly just a couple of specks. I'm just gonna remove them with my finger. So yeah, that's why I didn't apply my concealer, because I knew I was gonna apply a glitter. So that's what the glitter looks so far. I know, nothing out of this world, but it's still very pretty, I feel. I mean, I feel like there's better glitters out there, but I mean, for being in a palette, I think this is great. I don't need anything more. I'm sure if you're a makeup artist, you have something out there already, but for me, I don't buy that much glitter, so it's nice to have it in a palette. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer, so I'll be back. Now I'm gonna go with a thin pointy brush with Christmas Cheer. This one is very pigmented, so be careful with it. And I'm gonna apply it on my outer V. Okay. Just be very careful. Of course you're gonna go over a little bit of some glitter, but I don't want to go too much, so that's why I chose a pointy brush. This one is great because it's sort of like it's not too pointy at the same time, so you can still blend. I'm gonna go back with Let's Roll, which was that red color, removing the excess, and I'm gonna go in my crease again with a very blending crease brush. Cool, perfect. Yeah, I don't want to add too much color, it's just for the dimension. Yep, I like it. So I'm gonna go back with Santa's Bake Shop in a blender brush, and I'm gonna go just under my eye. And I'm using the side view mirror as my mirror, just because I'm lazy and I don't want to grab the actual mirror. I'm gonna go now with Polar Bear Hug, and I'm just gonna go on my brow bone just to highlight. That one is so pretty. I love these kind of shades that Too Faced makes. They're like the perfect brow bone colors. Right, and using that same brush, that's why I wanted to apply Polar Bear Hug, I'm gonna go with Christmas FOMO. Very little. I know this is not the most pigmented purple, but I just want to be careful and build it up from there. I'm gonna start from the outside. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna change brush. I thought I was gonna like this one for that, but maybe to blend I'm gonna use it, but right now I'm gonna change my brush. I'm gonna use instead a dome brush. So the camera is not catching the color that much, but I do see it in in person, and it's super pretty. So what can I do so you can see it? Because I like it like that. I'm gonna go back with the same glitter glue, and I'm gonna go in my inner corner now with it. And now I'm gonna go with silver. I cannot talk today. And now I'm gonna go with Silver Veils, and it's a glitter, so it depends how you wanna apply it. Maybe a flat brush or how I said your finger, but I'm gonna try this. This is like my to-go inner corner brush, so I'm gonna try that. Let's see. You know what? I'm scared of the fallout, so I'm just gonna go with my finger, honestly. I'm just gonna try to kind of blend it with my lid. Perfect. So I'm happy where the eyeshadow is. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna apply eyeliner, mascara, and I'm gonna clean a little bit the inner corner. I went a little bit crazy there. So I'm back. Now I'm gonna move to the face powders, and I'm going to use the bronzer right now, which is called Chestnut Roasting. Chestnuts Roasting is plural. And I'm gonna go with a Real Techniques brush, which I'm super excited. These are new. But anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. And I'm gonna kind of contour. I mean, I don't want the contour look, but it's more of a... This blush blends it really well. And the powder blends also well. So I'm just kind of applying it as a contour, but then blending upwards. Okay. Wow, look at the difference. Temples. Probably people, I'm sorry if you see, I'm kind of blending with my hair, but that's the way it is. I have lots of like baby hairs around there and then long, so it's just gonna be, I don't know what it is. And now the double chin. This is a warm tone bronzer, but once blended it kind of melts onto your skin and it doesn't look like that orangey, because at the beginning it kind of scares me because it looks super, well, not super orange, but it does look a little bit like too warm. But once blended it kind of works out, and even as a contour. So I really actually like it under my chin, because yeah, because sometimes like if it's too warm it kind of looks weird and it doesn't necessarily contour, but this one, I really like this bronzer. Alright, so for blush I'm gonna go with Winterberry. Very lightly. I don't want to add too much blush today. I want all the attention on the eyes. And now for highlighter, I'm actually not going to go with the highlighter from the palette. It's very warm. It's very warm and gold tone, and I don't think it goes well with this eyeshadow look. So, and I just didn't like it. I know there's some like gold highlighters that I like on me, but I actually tend to like either a champagne or silver highlighter than actually gold tones. So I really didn't like it. It's not that it's a bad highlighter, but it's not my style. So, and it also doesn't work with this eyeshadow look. So for that reason, and keeping it in the Too Faced theme, I'm gonna go with this diamond highlighter. And you open it and you never, it's like white, but it has a little bit of different shifts. Mine has a little bit more of the green shift, but it has some purple as well. So I'm gonna go with those Real Techniques brushes, and I'm just gonna go. So I want quite a bit, because also the highlighter I feel like comes out kind of natural. Perfect. Can you see the kind of shift? Even though it's silvery, but it has a little bit of purple shift. So I think it works perfect for this look with the purple under eye. I'm gonna go a little bit here on my temple. We're almost done. For lips, I'm actually gonna try to do something interesting. I hope it comes out interesting, because I had this on my mind the other day and I hope it translates well. But I'm gonna go with Christmas FOMO. I'm gonna go with my finger. Now I'm just gonna apply it on my lips. Because whenever you apply I found that this shadow, if you pack it on, it comes up purple. But then whenever I was kind of like cleaning my finger the other day from a swatch, it kind of came up a little bit iridescent, but very pretty. See? And now I'm gonna go with the lip gloss that came in the set, which is called Pink Swan, and I'm just gonna go over the color. Anyway, so this is the finished look. I'm gonna go up close and show you. I hope you like it. So remember, the highlighter is not part of this palette, but bronzer I think works really good with my skin tone. The lips, with a little bit of purple underneath, because the lip gloss is not pigmented. Even though it comes off pink, at least on my lips it doesn't add any color. It just looks like a pink glitter specks. Very pretty, not glittery. It's more like just pink specks, and it's pretty, but I still find that my lips sometimes they get a little bit too, they need a little bit of color, because if not it makes my face kind of wash out, like, so I need a little bit of extra color for that, and that's why I kind of wanted to go with that purple color. And I think that's a cool look. So, and these are the eyes. with the two different glitters. I hope you can see a little bit the difference. And I have very simple eye. I like eyes like that they look a little bit extra, but at the same time they didn't take much. If I wasn't filming, it would have probably taken me 10 minutes, and I think that's pretty good. So I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the comparisons and swatches. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look, which so far I'm loving. And I also hope this second review helped you to decide if you want this palette or if you don't. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!